Tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6, we're tracking efforts to recall 3 Richland School Board members and what happens next if that does happen. Plus, we're hearing about a water rescue, what happened when a group of people went floating without the proper safety equipment.
And I'm tracking hazy conditions tonight as well as red flag warnings in our area. All of that coming up in your First Alert forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We begin tonight with a look at the Yakima City budget. The city is bracing for a shortfall and asking departments, including police, fire, and parks, to plan cuts. But that doesn't mean the entire city is in the red. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to city officials who say it's all a matter of where the money comes from.
Most of the city of Yakima's annual budget of $270 million goes to enterprise funds. If you're a Yakima resident, that includes utilities like water, where you pay for what you use and your rate increases annually to cover inflation.
The revenue being generated by those enterprise funds is enough to cover the cost of providing those services.
But since you don't pay for a fire truck or police car to come to your house or to walk through a city park or drive down a city street, those departments fall under the general fund.
3 primary sources: utility tax, property tax, and sales tax. That's where we get the bulk of our general fund revenue.
But it's unpredictable because sales and utility tax revenue depends on how much people spend, and rate increases are minimal. Property tax limited to just 1% a year.
But our costs are going up 2% or 3%, or last year 9%. We're just not keeping pace. That income is not keeping pace with the rising costs.
Legally, the city can't borrow between funds, meaning not using water bill revenue to cover public safety expenses. The city does have some money put away in a reserve fund, but it's not meant for balancing the budget.
We can dip in to that savings account if something completely unexpected goes wrong during a year.
In the long term, the city could try to increase utility or sales tax rates, but 5 out of 7 city council members would have to agree on it. The city could also increase property tax, but would need voter approval.
The city will provide the level of service that the community is willing to pay for, is able to pay for. And if that means the community is not willing to increase taxes to support a higher level of service, we will have smaller government. We'll have fewer programs and services.
For the city, that looks like cuts to summer park programs, fewer police officers and firefighters, and potentially the closure of a fire station on the west side of the city. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, the city is still going through the budget process to identify the areas where they can make cuts in the short term so that when 2025 rolls around, they won't fall short. And some of those cuts, we're told, have already started. Votes are being counted right now in Washington's August primary, and while the primary is typically used to narrow down races for public office, this year some voters were asked to weigh in on special issues as well. That includes things like in Yakima County Fire District 3 asking for a multi-year levy lid lift. Officials say they need a bigger property tax rate hike than usual in order to fund fire protection and emergency services. So far, 59% of voters are in favor, 41% opposed. Now, Walla Walla Fire District 2 has a similar proposal on the ballot. The latest numbers there show 61% in favor, 39% opposed. And each county has until August 15th to finish counting votes and certify the election results. You can see local primary races with the numbers updated as we get them over on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. A big issue for Richland voters has been the effort to recall 3 school board members, which appears on its way to passing so far. If a majority of voters opt to recall Semi Bird, Audra Bird, and Kari Williams, then when the election results are certified, they will have to leave their positions on the Richland School Board, and others will be selected to finish out their terms.
At least one member is going to have to be appointed by the ESD or the Educational School District. Once they've appointed a member, then there will be a majority on the board again, and they can appoint 2 more members to fulfill just this term.
Now here's a twist. Kari Williams is running for re-election. So far, it looks like she is likely to advance to the November ballot. We're going to take a deeper dive into what that means coming up tonight at 6:30. But for right now, let's talk weather. Not really back to school weather just yet there, Stacy.
Nope, it's pretty warm out there. In fact, right now 97 in the Tri-Cities. This is our Legend Skycam, Columbia Point in Richland. Our humidity levels are dropping 13%, very low humidity, and 825 for the sunset. And again, those nice warm temperatures will continue right into the weekend, cooling just slightly as we head towards the weekend. Right now in Walla Walla, 94. It's 92 in Pendleton, 91 Prosser, 94 in Yakima, 85 in Ellensburg. Let's see what's coming up the next couple of days again. First, let's take a peek at our wind speeds. And again, those winds are really starting to pick up in Ellensburg, 14-mile-an-hour sustained wind speeds, and those gusts up to 20 and 30 miles an hour later this evening. Breezy in Toppenish and Goldendale as well. Light winds in the Tri-Cities. Dayton has got some breezy winds this evening. So red flag warnings in place in a few areas around the region. Smoke and haze has come in, and it is impacting our air quality. Seasonal temperatures starting to wind down into the weekend, and get ready. We have a chance of some thunderstorms for Friday and Saturday moving into the region. I'll tell you exactly when those are headed our way in the First Alert full weather forecast. Back to you, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacy. Tonight, a fire burning in Oregon's Willamette National Forest east of Eugene is sending smoke into parts of central Oregon. The Bedrock Fire started July 22nd. So far, it's burned more than 11,000 acres. An even larger fire near the Oregon-California border also impacting air quality in central and southern Oregon. Meanwhile, the Eagle Bluff Fire, which is burning on both sides of the U.S.-Canada border, is only 10% contained tonight. Hundreds of firefighters are battling breezy, extremely dry conditions up there, trying to get this fire under control. It's not clear yet how it got started. And it's been nearly 3 years since a devastating wildfire leveled most of the town of Malden in eastern Washington, including the fire station. Fires on Labor Day of 2020 in extremely hot, dry, windy conditions then destroyed more than 65 homes in Malden. 3 years later, 28 of those homes have been replaced. And just this week, the city broke ground on a new fire station. The mayor says recovery is a marathon.
I've lived here the last 27 years, 28 years. I know the people, they really are good people. You know, when you have people ask you something and they've got a tear in your eye, then it just jacks you up and you say, okay.
The mayor says the fire station and the post office will be the first city building replaced. They're hoping to have that new post office up and running coming up in the fall. The USDA is in the process of taking applications for community wildfire defense grants. Money for those grants comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law. The grants are intended to help create and update wildfire protection plans and for wildfire resilience projects. The USDA says last year, which was the first time these grants were available, they gave out $197 million to fund 99 projects across 22 states and 7 tribes. Now, we've been talking a lot about water safety here on Apple Valley News Now. We're talking about how important it is to make sure you have a plan and some basic equipment before you head out on the lake or the river. One group found that out the hard way. The Walla Walla County Sheriff's Office says people out for a float near Madame Dorian Park last night got stranded when the sun went down. The Sheriff's Office says they didn't have lights, they didn't have life vests, they didn't even have shoes with them. But Walla Walla Fire District 5 was able to send a rescue team to get them to safety.
We were dispatched about 9 o'clock last night. Walla Walla County SO asked if we could assist with a rescue. 5 adults stranded on the water, lost and disoriented. If you have a phone, bring it with you. Ziploc baggies to keep it nice and dry. One priority, a life jacket. You may not need it, you may not think you need it, but when the time comes, you're gonna be glad you do have it.
Now, fire district officials say they've seen call volume go up 100% in the past 10 years, and they're struggling to keep up. That's why they're also requesting a levy lid lift. That'll be on the ballot coming up in November. Officials are asking voters to sign off on raising property taxes by about 21%, so that they'll have enough money to hire more firefighters and upgrade equipment and fire stations. Well, we are seeing some really pleasant temperatures out there, but smoke could be a problem if you want to get outside. Stacey Lee is talking about that in your First Alert forecast coming up. And as families are getting ready for the school year to begin, many school districts are scrambling to find enough teachers. We're talking about what's driving that trend next.
I'm currently out of the office, focusing on a little blue sky thinking. I'll be taking meetings with family and friends and checking voicemail as my activities permit. I'll connect with you after reconnecting with me. Get 1.9% APR plus 500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
An accident can shatter your life. At Tamaki Law, we put your life back together.
Clients come to us injured, burdened with medical bills, lost wages, insurance hassles. The list goes on. They're overwhelmed, so they put their lives in our hands. That's why we work hard and fight for the justice they deserve.
If you've been seriously injured, call Tamaki Law and get your life back. Catch a glimpse of greatness when the Epson Tour LPGA Tournament comes to Pendleton for the Wild Horse Ladies Golf Classic. Join us on the greens August 14th through the 20th when over 140 professional golfers from around the world compete for a chance to play in the LPGA. Tickets are just $5, perfect for fans and families to enjoy. Cheer on these talented golfers in person when the Epson Tour comes to Pendleton. Purchase your tickets today at wildhorseresort.com.
It's the summer of Taylor Swift. Next Extra, as Taylor Mania sweeps the world, go inside her blockbuster Eras Tour. Expected to rake in more than $1 billion. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
With Gold Bond, you can age on your own terms. Retinol Overnight means the smoothing benefits of retinol are now for your whole body. Plus, fast-working crepe corrector diminishes wrinkled skin in just 2 days. Gold Bond, champion your skin.
Crossing the Columbia River by car in a boat.
Only ferry owned by the state of Washington that is not in the Puget Sound.
See it all over the Keller Ferry on Fly the Northwest.
Very unique.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
If you got bit by a shark, would you ever step foot into the water?
If a shark bit me, I'd bite it back.
Next live, Rose Byrne. Plus, it's summer school week.
Tomorrow at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
I'm the newest Bachelorette! Woo!
Watch Monday night on Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Dermatology Center in Benton City.
Kelly needs new floors, so she went to the flooring experts at LL Flooring, and it was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Floor.
Step 1, find the material that works for you.
Had to be hound-proof.
Step 2, browse your style and your budget.
Blonde wood, naturally.
Step 3, pick the right floor at the right price. Step 4, floor. Enjoy. LL Flooring. Every step covered. Right now, save up to 20% on more than 200 floors. Visit LL Flooring today.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back. We are seeing more and more people taking to the skies nationwide after the pandemic, and the Tri-Cities is part of that trend. Airport officials say around 108,000 people boarded a plane in Pasco so far this spring and summer. It's up about 10% from last year, but there's a catch.
Right now, we're still below our 2019 numbers, which was our peak, best year ever. The growing pains we're receiving, it's weird because we're not at 2019 numbers, but we're seeing more mainline aircraft and baggage claim and at the queuing, at the ticket counters where we're queuing, because those spaces just weren't adjusted for the larger aircraft.
So what that means for travelers, if you are planning a trip, be aware you may have to plan on spending a little bit longer getting to the plane than you have in Tri-Cities in the past. Nationwide, about 300 hospitals have shut down their childbirth units in the past 5 years, according to new analysis from the March of Dimes. They found about 1 in 10 women who gave birth last year lived more than 30 minutes from a birthing hospital. And the report indicates that more than a third of U.S. counties are what the March of Dimes calls maternity care deserts. The problem affects rural areas the most, not surprising there. 8 counties in Texas, though, have that maternity care desert designation, according to the March of Dimes. The organization says demand for care in Texas has also increased since abortion restrictions took effect. As families are getting ready for kids to head back to school, many school districts are scrambling to find teachers. In some parts of the country, districts are reporting the biggest staff shortages they've seen in years. ABC's Andrea Fujii has a look at what's happening.
With some school districts just days away from welcoming students back to class, many are scrambling to fill vacant teaching positions.
We're facing an epidemic when it comes to a teacher shortage.
More than 40 states are suffering a severe teacher shortage. The reason? Teachers list low pay. A starting salary averages $40,000. Burnout from the pandemic, school violence, and lack of respect from students. In Louisiana, Jefferson Parish's public schools have more than 200 teacher vacancies. Los Angeles, more than 450 empty teacher spots. Data shows nearly half of public education employees who left their job last spring resigned, and 1 in 3 teachers say they're likely to quit in the next 2 years. Experts also say teachers are worried. There have been 23 school shootings that resulted in injuries or deaths so far this year, with some schools debating whether teachers should be armed.
Safety is automatically, just because of the current climate of our country, at the top of every educator's mind, of every parent's mind, of every administrator's mind, and I think of every student's mind. And if it's not, it should be.
To ease the shortage, some districts are now asking athletic coaches, retired teachers, and even school principals to help out in the classroom. Teachers cite another downside to the profession: no remote working options. To combat those drawbacks in recruiting new teachers, some communities are now offering 4-day school weeks. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And let's peek outside on our Dust Devil Skycam. Giza Stadium tonight, 97 degrees, nice and warm out there. Not triple digits though, and not record breaking today. Our winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Our sunset at 8:25 tonight. Other temperatures around the area, again, we're dropping down to the 80s there in the Kittitas Valley. 94 right now in Yakima, 97 in Hermiston. It's 93 degrees in Walla Walla. Let's plan your evening out tonight. Again, temperature-wise, lots of sunshine, clear skies tonight in the Yakima Valley. Winds are starting to pick up there, and we'll drop down into the 70s by 9 o'clock this evening. In the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities, we have smoke and haze in the area. Otherwise, clear skies out there. Temperatures getting down to 82 degrees by 9 o'clock. And in Walla Walla, again, a lot of smoke and haze in the region today, with those temperatures dropping down to 80 by 9 p.m. Here's our satellite radar. We had a ridge of low pressure sitting right here, right in between the 3 Pacific Northwest states, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. It's now moved off to the east, and now this monsoonal moisture starting to come up from the desert southwest. That's going to create unstable conditions for the next couple of days. Lots of thunder and lightning. We're seeing that now over the state of Nevada. Some of it starting to pick up here in Oregon as well, and that will be the trend for the next couple of days. You'll start to feel some muggy, humid temperatures out there with potential thunder and lightning going through the region. Here is our futurecast. Again, clear skies moving through the night and most of the day tomorrow. A few clouds moving through the region, and then we'll start to see that moisture moving through eastern Oregon and Washington. And again, we're showing some scattered showers possible on Friday morning through the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities, and those darker yellow areas, that's where we could see some potential thunder and lightning. And again, we're seeing that pick up, that activity continue for most of the day Friday, and then moving on into the Yakima and Kittitas Valley as well. So thunder, lightning could be a problem for us the next couple of days, and that will continue into early Saturday morning. Now, we do have red flag warnings in place here in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley, also in eastern Oregon, again, right at the state line here, just southern Blue Mountains and the Wallowas. Again, that's where that thunder activity will begin first. Now, those breezy and gusty winds are going to be picking up through the Yakima Kittitas Valley, the Hanford Reach area, and the Columbia River Gorge as we get into our day tomorrow. Light winds here in the Columbia Basin, breezy in Dayton and Yakima. Those winds will start to pick up later in the day once again in Yakima, with some gusts up to 30 miles an hour, 20-mile-an-hour gusts in the Tri-Cities. So very potentially could see another red flag warning headed our way tomorrow. Let's take a look at that smoke and haze. Again, we've been dealing with that all day. It's going to start moving to the east and finally clearing out overnight. However, we have more smoke and haze from other fires starting to move through the area, so that potentially could be a problem for the next couple of days. And again, we've got moderate air quality in the areas in the yellow: Walla Walla, Dayton, Tri-Cities, Hanford, Prosser, Hermiston, just on the edge of Yakima. A little bit better air quality there tonight. Temperatures overnight tonight, 50s and 60s, breezy and hazy. For tomorrow, you can see temperatures pretty close to what we had today. 96 Tri-Cities, 94 in Yakima. Thanks for the weather photo, Dehan. That super moon, she grabbed it last night in between those trees. I love that picture. Remember to send your weather photos to slee@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Short-term forecast, again, hazy with a chance of thunder showers on Friday and possibly into Saturday. Windy tomorrow in the Yakima Valley with temperatures in the 90s, and in the Walla Walla area, those temperatures in the 80s and 90s as well. Hazier there at the foothills of the Blues with, again, a chance of thunder and lightning on Friday. I'll get to more coming up here in just a little bit. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And the extreme heat has gotten so bad in the Southwest, it's having an unexpected impact on bees. We're talking about that next on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm which has collected over $80 million for its injured clients. For over 30 years, the team at Allen Brecky Law Offices have been representing the rights of accident victims.
Queensgate Gardens thanks you all for the wonderful support that you've shown us throughout this incredible spring season. We are truly honored to have such amazing customers like you. Come on down for any last-minute summer planting and check out our amazing selection at our fruit stand.
Mattress Depot USA always offers premium mattresses at the best prices every day.
But we are also sleep specialists.
Check out Mattress University on our website, mattressdepotusa.com. It's filled with information.
Like Beds 101, Mattress Anatomy 201, and Sleep Health 301.
And yes, there is a sleep quiz that will help you choose the mattress best for you.
Study it today, sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $600 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $600 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. Coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel. One of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. Order right now to get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. We'll even ship them to you free. Get your own NutriBlade knives, the last knives you'll ever buy.
A successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process. With Windermere on your side and confidence in your real estate journey.
Astepro Allergy, steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. With Astepro's unbeatably fast allergy relief, you can Astepro and go.
Next ET, what you never knew about Freaky Friday as the comedy classic turns 20.
Is that true?
Lindsay Lohan's lifelong bond with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie's really cool.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Who do you call if you've been injured in an accident? Call the law firm which has collected over $80 million for its injured clients. For over 30 years, the team at Allen Brecky Law Offices have been representing the rights of accident victims.
Well, we've been talking about the extreme heat that's breaking records in Arizona. Now it's having an impact on the bee population. So beehives are made of wax, and when the temperatures just never cool down like they're doing in Arizona right now, it means hives can get so overheated that the wax starts to melt, which of course is bad news for the bees inside.
So it collapses, and oftentimes the queen can be crushed, and if that happens, then there's no other bee there that can replace her. There's no other bees that can lay eggs, so the colony would just die.
Beekeepers say the heat is also impacting bees' food sources because plants that should be blooming right now are just wilting instead. We're going to talk about some comparatively moderate temperatures in our area coming up in your local First Alert forecast. That's ahead in about the next 10 minutes. And still ahead tonight, FBI investigators say this Southern Oregon home was the scene of a disturbing kidnapping, now prompting a much wider investigation and the search for more victims. That's coming up new tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 20 pages packed with everything you need for your Northwest lifestyle. Not a member? Not a problem. No membership is required during our open house, August 1st through the 15th. Stop in, check us out, and join over 1 million Northwest families saving more every day. Save now during our open house with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
The Beach Boys, the Demolition Derby, the PRCA Rodeo. Apple Valley News Now welcomes Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days, August 30th through September 3rd. Enter to win fair and rodeo tickets plus more on the contest page at applevalleynewsnow.com.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. Jimmy didn't have to take a bath for a month. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bathfitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger. Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. We do interior painting and cabinetry as well. We have a full crew that takes care of everything, and all we really want you to do is to kick back and relax. Visit our website or call us at 591-8160.
Live better and love your home with the unique items and expert interior design you'll find only at Spencer Carlson. Our team of designers has given life to new construction and new life to remodeling projects for 30 years. With our personal approach, Spencer Carlson makes it so easy for you to enjoy the shopping and design experience. You'll love the process as much as you'll love the results. Spencer Carlson, unsurpassed furniture and design for life.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures. Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Well, Mega Millions fever is growing. We've even got a few around our newsroom who couldn't resist buying into those billion-dollar dreams. Actually, make that $1.25 billion because that is how much the jackpot is after no winner overnight. Nobody matched all 5 numbers plus the mega ball in the Mega Millions. It's a feat that hasn't been done since all the way back in April. So the next drawing is coming up on Friday. If you want to be a part of that, you have to make sure you buy your ticket by 6:45 on Friday night. And Krispy Kreme says every lottery player can win some dough through tonight. All you have to do is bring a Mega Millions ticket for Tuesday night's big drawing or a losing ticket from any lottery to a Krispy Kreme location through today. In return, they say you'll get a free original glazed donut while supplies last. Tonight, we continue to track results from the August primary, specifically an effort to recall 3 Richland School Board members. We're going to find out what happens if all 3 are removed from office at the same time. Plus, we're checking in on efforts to build a permanent shelter for local youth in need. The news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Results of the primary election are still trickling in, but so far it appears that voters are set to recall 3 of the Richland School Board members. If that happens, the board can't conduct business with just 2 of their 5 members present. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo sat down with the Benton County Auditor to find out what options are ahead for the school board.
Early voting numbers from the August 1st primary show Richland voters are looking to push 3 school board members out.
There are 3 positions on the ballot that were up for recall, and so when we certify the election on August 15th, they're immediately considered recalled and will no longer be in office at that time.
This is a move that has been making headlines for the past couple of years. Semi Bird, Carrie Williams, and Audra Bird were put on notice by voters and parents over school COVID restrictions. But if they are recalled, it doesn't stop them from running again. Benton County Auditor Brenda Chilton says Carrie Williams is the only candidate facing a recall and a re-election.
If she is recalled, she's immediately removed from the ballot. But currently, she's also receiving the second highest number of votes in the primary election, which means because Washington's a top 2 primary, she could potentially move on to the general election ballot and be re-elected in the general election.
One situation facing the school board right now is all of the 3 are recalled. That leaves just 2 members on the school board. A school board is legally required to have a quorum, so they need at least 3 people to conduct school board business. But Chilton says there is a possible solution.
At least 1 member is going to have to be appointed by the ESD or the Educational School District. Once they've appointed a member, then there will be a majority on the board again, and they can appoint 2 more members to fulfill just this term.
Election results are expected to be certified by August 15, and official results will be released by the Benton County Elections Division. Reporting in Richland, Anna Trejo, Apple Valley News Now.
Now again, if the recall is approved, the board will be left with 2 members after August 15th. That's when ESD 123 could appoint at least 1 board member so that the school board can conduct business as needed. We'll continue to update you as we learn more. Making a difference in our community tonight, Rod's House broke ground today on a $6.2 million project to build the first homeless shelter in Yakima County where people under 18 can stay on their own. The shelter is located at 1017 East Chestnut Avenue. It'll include 8 beds for youth 13 to 17 who will be able to stay there for up to a month. There will also, though, be 10 more beds set aside for young adults 18 to 24. They can stay for up to 120 days. And while there, they'll have access to support for things like education, employment, mental health, substance abuse, and staff specializing in behavioral health and case management.
We are helping break the cycle to give our young people an opportunity to better their lives and give back to our community.
Rod's House officials say this project has been in the works since 2018, and now they're hoping to have the new shelter up and running by fall of 2024. Let's talk about your forecast. Beautiful weather out there in Yakima, beautiful weather here in the Tri-Cities, Stacy.
Still on the warm side, however, Alyssa, 97 degrees. It's a pretty warm night. Dust Devils, I saw them. They're getting ready for another game tonight. Winds are light at 3 miles per hour. Our sunset at 8:25. Let's look at temperatures elsewhere around the region. Again, 80s and 90s, 89 Dayton, 93 Walla Walla, 94 in Yakima, it's 85 in Ellensburg. A lot of you wondering where we are on the averages for this time of year. Again, we are about 3 degrees above average in Yakima today. Our average at 92, and we'll start seeing temperatures get back to that average normal for this time of year heading towards the weekend. Also in Tri-Cities, we were a little bit above our average as well by 4 degrees. No record-breaking heat though. Look at that, 109 and 1898. If you're hitting the road this weekend, warm and dry, sunny on the coast, smoky in Central Oregon. Gas prices are still high. It's going to be beautiful out in Seattle over the weekend with temperatures in the 80s to 60s overnight. Heading into Portland, a little bit warmer there, but again, mostly sunny skies, 80s and 90s with lows in the 60s. A little trickier forecast as we head into Spokane this weekend. Again, we'll see those hazy conditions, 20% chance of scattered showers for both Friday and Saturday, and about a 40% chance of scattered thunder showers on Sunday. That's your quick travel forecast update. I'll get to your full weather forecast coming up shortly. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. New tonight, federal investigators are asking for help on a disturbing case that came to light in Oregon. We have to warn you, these details can be difficult to hear. The FBI says a woman was kidnapped from Seattle, sexually assaulted, taken more than 400 miles south to Klamath Falls, Oregon, where investigators say she was kept here in a cinder block cell until she managed to escape.
The woman fought for her life, beating the doors and the walls of this cell with bloodied hands. Through her perseverance, she broke free and waved down a passing motorist, asking for their help to call 911. The victim's focus, actions, and her will to survive triggered a law enforcement response that may have actually saved many other women from a similar nightmare.
So the FBI tracked down this man, 29-year-old Nagasi Zuberi, in Reno, Nevada the next day. But investigators say they've tied him to at least 4 more crimes, and they're concerned that other victims might be out there.
The disturbing evidence uncovered to date points to an individual's ongoing and escalating pattern of violence targeting women in multiple states throughout the country. Sadly, we believe there are more victims, as well as persons out there who might have vital information relevant to our ongoing investigation.
Investigators say he used several different methods to get control of victims, like impersonating a law enforcement officer or drugging drinks, and then would threaten those victims with retaliation if they reported the crimes. Tonight, financial analysts have downgraded the United States government's credit rating because of concerns about budget management. ABC's Melissa Adon reports federal officials are taking issue with that change.
America's credit rating has been downgraded by one of the 3 major ratings agencies. The drop taking the U.S. from its leading AAA credit rating down to AA+. The Fitch ratings agency saying the downgrade was due to increasing federal debt and 20 years of declining fiscal responsibility by leaders in Congress. Congress and the White House regularly fight over raising the nation's debt limit, and threats of the U.S. defaulting on its debt or government shutdowns have become a regular occurrence. Currently, the U.S. debt is more than $31 trillion and growing, expected to eclipse the size of the entire economy by next year.
Fiscal responsibility is a priority for President Biden and me.
Today, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen responding to Fitch's decision, saying she strongly disagrees, pointing to the low unemployment rate and declining inflation.
Fitch's decision is puzzling in light of the economic strength we see in the United States. Its flawed assessment is based on outdated data and fails to reflect improvements across a range of indicators.
As ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explains, the downgrade may make it harder for the government to borrow money and cause financial pain for ordinary Americans.
It would potentially raise taxes and create cuts in certain government spending, meaning fewer government programs in the future.
This move marks only the 2nd time in the nation's history that its credit rating has been cut. In 2011, the ratings agency Standard & Poor's stripped the U.S. of its prized AAA rating after a prolonged fight over the government's borrowing limit. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And tonight, we're already starting to see the impact of that downgrade announcement. Mortgage rates rose again today. The yield on 10-year treasuries climbed as high as it had been since November. The fixed rate for a 30-year mortgage usually follows the yield on the 10-year treasury note. Well, WSU's football's fall camp kicked off today. This year, things are looking a little bit different. Cougs head coach Jake Dickert said he's planning to ease into practice, trying to prevent fatigue before the season even starts.
The next 3.5 weeks in fall camp will be a big indicator on what we're capable of doing. I think we're more athletic on the offensive side of the ball. I think we've learned from the adversities of last season and are really ready to grow on those things. I think defensively, we need to continue to evolve and take the next step. And really excited about the playmakers we have at that side of the ball.
The Cougs are also holding a few night practices this year. Washington State had 1 win, 3 losses in night games last season. And watching those games could come in a different format in the near future. The Pac-12 has been looking for a new media rights partner. Now we're getting reports they could be close to a deal with Apple. ESPN reports the proposed deal would be primarily streaming. The Pac-12's current media rights deal expires next June. Well, writers and actors are still on strike in Hollywood. It's the first time in decades that both groups have walked off the job at the same time. The writers' strike started first. It's been going on for 3 months now. And union leaders say the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers has asked for a meeting on Friday to start working on contract talks once again. The writers are on strike over their pay, including how they get paid for streaming shows and use of artificial intelligence on writing projects. Locally tonight, we're seeing some very pleasant summer temperatures, but it is wildfire season. You're probably seeing or feeling the smoke start to move into a lot of our area. Stacey Lee is tracking that in your First Alert forecast. Plus, it is already August. We are talking about back to school shopping, hopefully without breaking the bank. That's next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh. Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Moxie is the place to be!
What do you love about Moxie Hopper?
I like that you can play a whole bunch of games.
The food.
It's a good time. We love the people.
What do you love about Moxie Hopper? Everything. Moxie is the place to be.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. It's 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for your Northwest lifestyle. At Bi-Mart, our members save more every day.
Hey fans, it's Eric the Peanut Guy from your Tri-City Dust Devils. Friday, August 4th is our Jersey Lunch Bag Giveaway, thanks to Gisa Credit Union. The first 500 fans through the gates will receive this unique piece of Dust Devils memorabilia. It's also a family feast night with $2 hot dogs and other concession items throughout the night. Then on Saturday, stick around after the action for our post-game fireworks display, presented by Teamsters Local 839. For tickets, visit DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It'll blow you away.
Hard to believe summer is already winding down. The school year is right around the corner. That means it is time for back to school shopping. Now, even though inflation has been slowing down slightly, experts say you will likely end up spending more than this time last year. Amanda Sansoni has a look at just how much more parents are spending and 5 tips to save some cash.
New school year, new expenses. Parents are shelling out more cash in 2023 to send their kids back to class. According to a new Retail Me Not survey, the average American household will spend $1,498 on back-to-school supplies, electronics, and clothes. That's $251 more than last year's spending average. Just like with everything else that costs more, experts say parents can blame inflation.
It adds up so fast. It's kind of like Christmas. We're buying 100 different things from 100 different vendors, and it's so easy to lose track.
So, what can you do to save money and avoid a back-to-school spending hangover? Jessica Allen from the website Living Well, Spending Less has 5 tips. 1. Take inventory of what you already have, and then decide what you really need right now, and put the rest on a wish list. 2. Set a budget, and then involve your kids with the shopping.
The easiest way to do this is to give them the cash. This is a life skill. The budgeting is a life skill, and actually paying for items at the counter and interacting with the service staff.
3. Buy in bulk and split the cost with other parents, neighbors, or friends. 4. Stretch those electronics a bit longer instead of splurging on new ones.
Look into items that you can swap or pass down. Is there a graduated senior who no longer needs that graphing calculator?
And finally, wait for the shopping rush to pass.
Wait until your children get into their classes and see what the teacher is actually asking for.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Amanda Sansoni.
Well, it is the middle of the week. If you need to unwind, maybe break out the crayons. It is National Coloring Book Day. These days, the options are a lot more widespread than cartoon characters. And there's a good reason for that. Psychologists say that coloring books can give anyone, even adults, an inexpensive mental boost.
Basically, what coloring is a mindfulness activity. It can be meditative. It prioritizes emotional presence. And anytime we can find activities like that, it's wonderful because we live in a highly stressful world. And I think this could be a very nice distraction.
So having lower stress levels can mean better sleep, which could mean more energy. It also gives you something to do that is not mindlessly scrolling on your phone.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
We'll start out outside on our Legends Casino Skycam, Columbia Point in Richland, 97 degrees, a little bit of smoke and haze in the sky. Our sunset at 8:25. Humidity is pretty low, 13% right now. Temperatures elsewhere in the region, 84 Ellensburg, 94 in Walla Walla, 96 in Toppenish. It's 92 right now in Walla Walla, 89 in Dayton. So nice warm night out there. Planning your evening out again, dropping into the 80s by 7 and down into the 70s by 9 in Yakima. Tri-Cities will be down to 82 degrees, but we are going to see that smoke and haze tonight, possibly for the next couple of days. And in Walla Walla, again, hazy there as well, with temperatures dropping down to 80 degrees by 9 p.m. Satellite and radar, again, that ridge of low pressure has moved out of the area. Monsoonal moisture starting to make its way up from the desert southwest. And again, that's going to create unstable weather pattern for the next couple of days with some pop-up thunderstorms throughout the region. And again, this ridge of low pressure is going to move to the north, and we'll see building high pressure out on the coast. So that's going to be the situation going into the first part of the weekend. Again, we're going to start to see some thunder showers developing through the region. Most of those aren't going to impact us until Friday, but it will probably stick around into Saturday as well. Here comes that first band of rain late Thursday night, and then Friday morning we'll see widespread showers and again some thunderstorms possible with that system moving down into the Yakima Valley, Kittitas, and Ellensburg and far north as well. And then we'll start to see that move again to the north with even stronger storms heading towards the Spokane area and a potential rainstorm continuing into early Saturday morning. Fire danger is high. We do have a red flag warning till 9 o'clock tonight. Might expect some more red flag warnings to be issued over the next couple of days with breezy winds. We also have a red flag warning in northeastern Oregon for the Blue Mountains there as well. Winds are starting to pick up in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys this evening. We're going to see gusts up to about 30 miles an hour. That's why that red flag warning is in place. Tomorrow we start off with calm winds in the Columbia Basin, a little bit breezy in Dayton, Walla Walla area, and Yakima, and then we'll see those winds start to pick up through the region. Again, the gustiest place will be Yakima, Kittitas valleys, anywhere where the mountain gaps are. 21 mile an hour gusts for the Columbia Basin Tri-Cities area, and we'll see those gusty winds down the gorge. Now, we've been dealing with smoke and haze. Here it is. It's coming down from the north, and we're even getting some smoke now from the west side. So we'll continue to see these smoky conditions for the next couple of days, mainly impacting the foothills of the Blues, Walla Walla, Pendleton, Tri-Cities, Hermiston area. And again, it has impacted our weather air quality this evening. We're in moderate zone, so if you're sensitive, you might want to avoid some outdoor activities. And again, a little bit better air quality there, Yakima and Toppenish. Our temperatures overnight tonight, again at 50s and 60s, breezy and hazy. For tomorrow, look for those daytime highs similar to today. Again, just a few degrees above average. And here's a great photo from our friend Dehan. Again, she was out bike riding in Walla Walla. There's that smoke and haze we were talking about. So thanks for sending that in, Dee. Here's your next couple of days in the Tri-Cities. Again, 70 or 80s and 90s, that is. We'll stay in the 90s there in Yakima, and in Walla Walla, 80s and 90s as well. 7-day planning forecast, that's on the way. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And we've been facing a shortage of ADHD medication for nearly a year now. Tonight, we're getting new details from the Biden administration about what's happening and how it might be fixed.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore. Yes, it is.
Wait, guys, the Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay. Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already. Marketers are the worst.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $2,250 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Bruce Heating and Air.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Introducing Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV. Same location, new adventures. Come celebrate and save during our grand opening sale with up to 50% off. The best prices of the year on America's favorite brands. Plus, get a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, including 24/7, 365 technical and roadside assistance and much more. Wherever you roam, we'll be there. And now save up to 50% off at Blue Compass RV, formerly Appleway RV.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
The Biden administration is asking drug makers to boost production of prescription stimulants like Adderall, which has been in short supply for almost a year now. Stimulants are controlled substances, which means the DEA sets strict limits on how much drug makers can produce. But federal officials say drug makers weren't anywhere near the limit last year, and they're on track to fall short again this year. The DEA and the FDA said in a joint letter, doctors do need to be careful about ADHD diagnosis and treatment, and they're also working on developing treatment options that don't rely on stimulants. We're going to be taking a final look at your 7-day forecast. That is next.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas just 48 cents a pound. Washington-grown seedless watermelon, 38 cents a pound. And whole sweet cantaloupe, 48 cents a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
It's the final month of Legends Casino Hotel's summer celebration, but you still have time to say, "What up, beach?" and claim a dream tropical vacation before the sun sets. Use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries for cash drawings, including one for a cool $10,000 on the first 3 Thursdays of the month. Then, on August 31st, one lucky winner will greet the sun and sand with a "What up, beach?" during their $13,000 vacay in paradise. Happening now only at Legends Casino Hotel.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger. Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Did Dean tell you he was in a school play?
Is he playing somebody white?
Never mind.
Jack McBrayer guest stars.
You have a young Sidney Poitier thing.
A little help?
Any chance a ticket taker give me my dime back?
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Legally Speaking.
Hi, I'm Eddie Morphine of Morphine Law Firm. As an attorney, I want you to know that when you hire a lawyer, you are in charge. The attorney works for you. Now, whether you've been involved in an auto accident, have a Consumer Protection Act situation, or have a personal injury claim, the attorney is there to look out for your best interests. Now, if they're not doing that, you have the right to seek different legal representation. Remember, if you've been wronged, we want to help make it right. We offer free, no-obligation consultations. Call us at Morphine Law Firm. Let us answer your questions. And if legal representation is right for you, we'll provide you with the legal representation you need. We're not afraid to fight for you. Call us at Morphine Law Firm in Kennewick. 509-380-9999.
The Killer Fairy on Fly the Northwest.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Well, check this out. Russian scientists in Antarctica have managed to grow watermelons in the depths of winter in one of the coldest places on Earth. They picked a variety of watermelon that's able to grow in low oxygen and low atmospheric pressure environments. Now, Stacy, they cut one open. These are not exactly Hermiston melons, but the scientists say that growing anything down there on the ice does make Antarctica feel a little friendlier.
It actually doesn't look too bad.
It doesn't look, especially for growing in Antarctica in the winter,
There you go.
Good job.
I think you had a good thing. Next space, they have to try that.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing them.
And it looked like that watermelon was on some sort of a upright vine. That's different.
I think some people do grow them that way to just save space.
Got it.
Not sprawling out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a final look at that weather, the 7-day planning forecast. Again, we've got those breezy winds again tomorrow in the Yakima area. Temperatures staying in the 90s through the week, and then a little cool down as we head toward the middle of next week. In the Tri-Cities, again, we are going to be hot and hazy for Thursday. We drop down into the 80s on Friday, and we stay in those lower 90s through the weekend. So the weekend's looking pretty good. Again, slight chance of some showers or thunder shower activity Friday, maybe even Saturday now. And temperatures again cool down on Wednesday. For Walla Walla, again, a bit hazy there with a chance of those thunder showers Friday, possibly into Saturday, and again the cooler temperatures coming on Wednesday. So not a bad looking forecast, but yes, finally some rain. When's the last time it's rained in the area?
I certainly can't remember.
I have to look it up for you guys.
We'll hope that those lightning strikes don't start any more fires.
That's true.
Something we all watch for. Thanks, Stacy. Thank you so much for watching. We're back tonight at 11.